Welcome to Mah Jongg Central. My name is Michelle. I am going to do some modeling exercises for Siamese Mah Jongg for National Mah Jongg League rules. If you play this style, then you know how overwhelming it can be to figure out what you're going to play at the very beginning when you get your drawn tiles. This exercise might help you, and if you haven't played this yet, there are links below the video. Check it out. It really is quite challenging. I have all my tiles out, and I have a Siamese rack. You can use two regular racks if you want. There's a link below the video for this if you decide to get a special rack. So I'm going to take 28 tiles. I'm going to just say that I'm the dealer. In Siamese style, you get 28 tiles as the dealer and 27 tiles as non-dealer. So you need 4 on the ends and 6 in the middle. There's your first row, and then your second row of the same will make 28. There's our tiles. Here we go. When I set up my tiles, I like to put jokers, flowers, winds, and dragons with one suit on the first rack and then the other 2 suits on the second. And you can change that up so that your opponent doesn't figure out how you arrange your tiles. I usually put whichever suit appears to be the smallest on top. And then they usually fit, and it really depends on how many winds and dragons you have also. So just make it work. So there is our drawn hand, and when I start, I always first look for multiples because I like to build around multiples. So I have a pair of flowers, a pair of 7s, a pair of 2 and 3 dots, then I have 2, 5, 6 in bams. So I want to try to use as many multiples as I can. So I think I would play maybe a pair hand. Let's see how this works. We got a gap, but I want to check it out. 2s and 3s, pair hand. That's one option. 2 3s, pair hand. We could even do maybe 2 3 2 3 4 if the pair hand doesn't come in. And that leaves us with all of these, and I see 5 6 7 8 as far as something consecutive here. There are so many tiles here though, we're not going to use all of them. You can't, obviously. So I would say if we were to have to whittle down to an actual hand, gosh, it'd be nice if we had a 9 bam. We could play 5 through 9. That, of course, would mean we'd have to throw away a pair of 7s. So I would try to use those 7s. Let's see. If we played 5, let's see here. We could play 5 6 5. Let's see, 5 6 5 6 7. That would use all of our multiples. So 5 6 5 6 7. That's what I would do. I might also save the 7 here because we could play 5, 6, 7 with 7s in the middle, or 6, 7, 8. There it is. 6, 7, 8 with 7s in the middle. We would have to throw away a pair. So I would just hold on to these two just in case that comes in. But I think 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and then of course we can use these for the first option. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8 with 7s in the middle as a plan B. And then on this one, the pair hand with 2s and 3s. We have a gap. We need a 3 bam. If that doesn't come in, then we could play 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. But we'd have to get rid of a pair. This, though, would use all the multiples, and we would have 7 discards. That's actually a really good plan. If you end up with 8 discards at the end of your decision making, that I think is a really solid start. Let's do it again. Okay. No jokers. Okay, this is doable. You don't have to have jokers. Maybe we could play a pair hand. Maybe even the big one. The big hand. The big 2, 4, 6, 8 hand. Who knows? We got news. N-E-W-S. News. All right. So we have whites, greens, east, 7s, 4s. All right, so obviously we're going to play winds and dragons of some kind. Let's see here. How about news with 4s? News with 4s for one option, pair hand. And then a consecutive with opposite dragons. We'd have to throw that away. Okay, that's not, I want to try to use the white and green, which means we need cracks. We need cracks, not dots and bams, if we're going to use these. You could play the consecutive hand with opposite dragons. That would use all the multiples except those seven dots. Oof, that's crazy to throw away a pung of 7 dots. Got to be able to use those really, if we can. Okay, so let's just think about this. Okay, let's see if we could use was thinking maybe a lucky 13, but we have no 6 crack, because we could have done 7, 1, 3 with 6 cracks, but we have no 6 cracks, and we have no 6 dots because we also have the 7 and the 1, 3. But yeah, that's not going to work. It'd be really nice to use those 7s. We could do the 7s, 5, 6, 7 with dragons, but we have no red. That would be a huge gap. So I think this plan is what I think I would go for, because we could use this with 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. We could use this with 5, 6, 7, or this with 7, 8, 9. So that would be our 3-number sequence. All we need is a white for that. I might save the 7s and the 1s just in case a year category came in. So I probably would get rid of these first, hold on to the 7s and the 1s. So news with 4s, the concealed consecutive hand with dragons, and then a potential switch to the year category. We could even play the big hand. Let's just count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tiles towards the big hand versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're in between the big hand and the concealed consecutive hand. I would definitely hold on to the 1 bam. We don't have the 2 or the 7 bam for that big hand, and of course we have no flowers. So I'd say plan B would be the big hand, the big year hand. But that's what I would do with this. Get rid of these first. And then, yeah, see what happens from there. I mean, maybe even we would draw in 7s and switch from 4s to 7s. Then we could use this 4 here. Maybe that's what we should do anyway. Keep the 4, use the 7 up here, the 7 here, so we can go back and forth between 4s and 7s. And we could maybe, we don't need that really. So we'd still be between north and south with like numbers, and then we have a 2, 3, 4 or 3, 4, 5 with dragons, with a potential switch to year category, even the big one. That's even a little better of a plan, because now we have 6 discards. Whew! That was awesome. All right, let's keep going. Really works your brain. Nope, needed that. Four, 4, 6 in the middle. Okay. Oops. We got a couple jokers this time. Very nice. They help, but they're not necessary. Oh man, we got lots of wins again. Let's see. All right, we got news. Again, we have news. Okay, and then we have a pair of 2s and 8s and a pair of 4, 5. So at first I thought, well, what about a 2, 4, 6, 8? But we have no 6s. We could use the jokers though. Let's pull down all the evens and see what it looks like if we did 6s. I mean, not 6s, evens. They're kind of chunky. We have no 6s. That's not necessarily a good thing in that with that plan. And there's a big gap between the 2 and the 8 here. I suppose we could play the pair hand, the 2, 4, 6, 8 pair hand, but we'd have to throw away a 4 dot to break up that. Oh, that's terrible. I don't like that at all. All right, we're gonna give that one up. We could play news with 2s. And then, let's see, we have, what about a lucky 13? That's a lot of discards. 11 discards if we played lucky 13 and news with 2s. Let's see here. Oh, this is the wrong one. There. Lucky 13. I think a 8, 9 might use more tiles. Something with 8s and 9s, maybe 7, 8, 9 and mixed suits, or 8, 9 with opposite dragons. 7, 8, 9 with opposite dragons. 11 discards still. Okay, we could do, I think I would just save the 8, 9 for a potential, I don't know, potential 8, 9 pair hand, or 7, 8, 9 with 8s in the middle. That plan would bring our discards down to 8, even though we'd throw away 2 pair. I would save the 4s just in case 4s came in instead of 2s. So news pair hand with 2s or 4s. 8, 9 with greens, which we don't have, or 7, 8, 9 with opposite dragons, or a pair hand with 8s and 9s. So we would collect every 8, 9, and 7 for this bottom one, and we would collect wins and 2s or wins and 4s for the top one, and just get rid of these right away. That's what I would do with that. Let me know what you think about this exercise for Siamese style. If you haven't tried it yet, get your tiles out. You can do this exercise by yourself. It's really a great form of solitaire. And test yourself on finding options that will leave you with no more than 8 discards. Try to use as many tiles as you can and figure out what you would go for. If you decide to replicate what I started with and come up with something different, let me know. Write it in the comment section. I'll recreate it and check it out. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click subscribe. And between now and the next Siamese Mah Jongg random pull for American style, may all your picks be keepers.